Absa Corporate Investment Banking economist Silo Sekele. Silo, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Some bleak news that we're getting there out of that PMI. Could you just give an indication of the sentiments in the manufacturing industry in April and what that indicates for the economy?
Yeah, thanks, and afternoon to you and your listeners. Look, the number is not a good reading, right? And you need to look at it in a context of a sector where it looks like output contracted in the first quarter of this year. And this is a sector where, we saw employment rising in the fourth quarter of last year, some glimmer of hope, but it looks like really we are looking at a sector that's struggling here. And when you look at the underlying details, you'll see that the index declined in a quite broad-based manner, which is quite worrying. So what that possibly indicates, still early, but what it possibly indicates is that perhaps the weakness that we saw in Q1 in the sector has likely spilled over into the second quarter.
And Silo, help us understand, because inventories increased marginally. How did then, that impact employment falling? Could you help us just understand that parallel?
Yeah, so the increase in inventories, it was quite a speculative move, right? According to what manufacturers are saying. They only increased inventories in anticipation of a lot of uncertainty, according to them. And then in terms of the employment index, look, any business, for it to increase payrolls, they have to be at least confident about the future, and the business should be doing well. But what we know about the manufacturing sector, at least from an Absa PMI perspective, is that business conditions have been quite challenging for about 6 months in a row. So that will definitely weigh on indicators such as the employment index.
Yeah, Silo, before I let you go, what does this indicate for the next 3 months or so? Of course, those global tariffs, we're still waiting it out to see what the next move will be from U.S. President Donald Trump. The rains also impacting businesses, and we're still quite, seeing that heavy rainfall in South Africa. So this PMI giving us any indication for the next quarter or so?
Yeah, I think so. I think what the PMI is telling us is that, look, you're looking at a sector that's challenged by a lot of headwinds. And then perhaps we shouldn't be expecting to see a lot of robust growth in the next coming months, or let's say in Q2. But as I said, still early. This is just one print in Q2 rather. So there's still a lot of numbers that are going to come in that will give us a better picture of what to expect in the sector and the broader economy going forward.
Well, it's an important sector of the economy. So let's leave it there. Thank you so much for your time.